Good evening. It is May 15th, 2023, and we're here at Payson Park for today's softball action between the Stags of Cheverus and your Portland Bulldogs. This is Steve Schwartz along with Josh Chase, Bob McPartlin on camera. Josh, the Dogs are 3-6. They're not having the best year. Cheverus is 4-4. However, it's a very important game tonight because if the season were to end tonight, Cheverus, ranked 10th in heel point standings, would make the playoffs, and Portland wouldn't. That must be great motivation for Portland tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, Steve. It's a beautiful night here. We're going to be playing under the lights. It's going to be a lot of fun. I think both of these teams should match up well. I think Portland has 6 games left, including tonight's game. A lot of them against some very tough opponents. I think tonight's game, as long as the Portland girls can really gel, unlike they've been able to in some of the other games, I think they have a real shot tonight.
Well, folks, it promises to be an exciting game. We're going to bring you all the action in just a moment. Folks, these are the beginning of the game announcements, and what we have for Cheverus is leading off tonight will be Kelsey Cassidy playing, I believe, left field. Anna Goodman playing second base. Haley LaMontagne pitching. Bella Napolitano catching. Ashley Connor shortstop. Ann Kennedy Jensen third base. Edie Nato the DP flex. Maddie Burnell Parker first base. And Delia Tremble right field. And leading off for Portland will be Hannah Hawks pitching, then Ashley McCrum right field, Sadie Armstrong first base, Ruby Chase shortstop, Hadley McPartland catcher, Caitlin Vigu center field, Mina Suleiman second base, Leanne French DP flex, and Nausicaa Ferros left field. And now we're going to have the national anthem. We're going to use the flag, I believe, over to the right. First pitch coming up. So folks are all set. Erin McLean is on first base. Dave McGowan behind the plate are our umpires tonight. And leading off will be Kelsey Cassidy, center fielder. Kelsey's a junior. She also plays field hockey. Outside for ball one. Portland's pitcher is Hannah Hawks. Ball two. A lot of these names, of course, we're quite familiar with, Josh, from the Portland Little League.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of these girls, quite a few years ago, you'll remember, Steve, won the district tournament for Little League softball, won the state tournament, went down to the regionals. It was a great summer for everyone.
That's high. It's 3-0, so we'll see if the take is on here.
course, Sadie's normally our pitcher, but has had arm issues this year. And Hannah and Ainsley McCrum have been doing the majority of the pitching, with freshman Lily McCullum making her first appearance of the year in our last game against Gorham. Lily, of course, is at third now, and Ainsley is in right field.
So, battling back here. The count is full with 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Looked a little low from here, but I'll take it.
That's ball 4, so base on balls. It's not counting as an at-bat. Number 1, Anna Goodman, second baseman. She's a freshman. Here she is starting. Fun fact that she wrote, and the fun fact was, my dad is Billy Goodman, and of course Billy is a dear friend and the girls basketball coach. Is a steal, and the question is whether they're going to go to third on the error. I don't know if that gets scored as a wild pitch going into third. But since I'm the unofficial scorer for this broadcast, that's how we're going to score it. Coach Trish Hendricks on third base is kind enough to get us the information that we requested from A.D. Ashley. Similarly, Jason McLeod, the coach for Portland, got us a lot of information. And
Coach McLeod's in his second year as the head coach. Was the assistant prior to that. He's doing a great job. Really gets the girls ready to play. They're always prepared.
Lance Johnson, the AD at Portland, of course. One ball, 2 strikes. It's a beautiful spring evening here. The weather was supposed to be a little cooler, and it was supposed to be a little windier coming off the water. We don't have that. We have a beautiful orange sun setting.
Of course, the Little League field is across the street. There's no games currently, but I got to tell you, Steve, when all these fields are full, it's a really fun time here in Payson Park.
Really is, and actually, I think there may have been a game there. We did see an umpire over there before, but the game's over now. And we sometimes alternate our time from between there and broadcasting, and it's kind of fun this time of year. Yeah.
It's coming home.
Yeah. So she scores on a wild pitch.
It's a quick start for Cheverus.
It's 1-0 here. And it's a full count, I believe, for Anna Goodman.
Okay, Portland, buckle down. There you go.
Called out on strikes. So we have 1 out on the called strikeout, and now Haley LaMontagne steps up. She's also a freshman, plays soccer. It's in the Key Club, Freeport Little League softball. In the clinic she teaches.
She's quite a player. I remember her from Little League.
She had a diving catch in the Scarborough game, and has had some home runs this year as well. Well, it's in the air.
Great catch.
That's a nice foul out there by third base.
Lily McCullum was a great catch.
2 outs. And And now, number 17, Bella Napolitano, batting cleanup. She's a catcher. Of course, we know her dad well. If you spend any time at Bruno's, and I must say I do.
I may have seen you there once or twice, Steve.
They're very accommodating to Portland athletes and really lots of athletes and lots of coaches.
I understand Bella's having quite a season. Very strong hitter.
She actually called a perfect game this year against Deering. Fun fact she said, in fact, is I work at Bruno's. Key club, field hockey, basketball, and in a sophomore.
She's close with my daughter Ruby. They played on the same team in the past.
It's out of play. Count is even at 2. 2-2. A little high there for Hannah. Roped to left field, but so hard that it's probably just going to be a long single.
Great piece of batting by Bella.
And now up is number 20, Ashley Connor, the shortstop. Ashley is a sophomore, plays basketball, Key Club. Threw a perfect game versus Deering this year. They won 12-0
on the steal.
Yeah.
Safe and not the best looking slide I've ever seen, but effective.
Well, you know, I have to put on my regular baseball and softball hat because in Little League that would have been out for a head first slide.
Right, yeah. That's right.
At this level, get there any way you can, and she's there.
I think her teammates giggled at her a little bit at her expense.
We have timeout here. Coach wants to make sure that her player has seen the signal. That's a foul ball right near us.
I would have caught it if it came closer to us, Steve. Don't worry.
It reminds me to bring my glove.
Great pitch.
Yeah, that's a good
and
pitch
the inning.
right there.
And the half the inning.
So 1 run on 1 hit and 1 left. And at the end of a half inning, the score, Cheverus 1, the Portland Bulldogs coming up. And we are back in the bottom of the first. Steve Schwartz, Josh Chaser, WPPS TV 3.
Hannah Hawks leading off for the Bulldogs. She's putting together a really nice season, batting around 500, I think.
She's played varsity basketball for several years. She's in the National Honor Society as a junior.
Puts the ball in play.
6'3", can of corn though, on the putout. She was a member of a 2016 state championship team, plays travel ball for the Thunder.
Great family. Her mom does a lot of coaching.
Second on the team in slugging with 667 average. Next up is Ashley McCrum. She takes ball.
Ainsley
McCrum. I even wrote it correctly. I just didn't say it correctly. And she gets it through.
She's got a great batting average this year, and add to it with that single. She's hitting .483. She leads the team in triples with 2 triples this year so far as well. Sadie Armstrong up to bat now. Had a slow start the first couple of games, but she's gone 9 for 12. 9 of the last 12, Steve, with 2 home runs and 3 doubles.
Leads the team in slugging with an .893 slugging percentage. Signed a national letter of intent, or at least whatever is allowed for a junior already at Longwood University, I believe.
In the top D1 softball programs.
And that looks like it's going to fall in right field.
Good try. Good hustle. Tough one.
And McCrum takes second, so runners on first and second. With 1 out, the infield fly rule is in effect. Number 8 is Ruby Chase, shortstop, and
she might be my favorite player, Steve.
Well, and you might have reason, and not just because your daughter, but also because her average is 500, and she's leading the team in batting average.
She's hitting really well this year, having a good time with the girls as well.
Also leading the team or in RBIs or with 11. My goodness.
Helps when you have Hannah, Ainsley, and Sadie in front of you.
Coming our way. I'm not sure the best course of action is to cover up. I think if the ball's coming, maybe you want to just run. Skip Capone is the fellow who may be blocking the view here. He's a great coach.
It's an ugly swing. Am I allowed to say that about my daughter? I wouldn't say it if there's anyone else. She knows I love her.
Right up the middle. She's going to drive one in.
We think.
But at third base, an easy out. Ruby Chase with another RBI.
Close play at home. Not so close at third. Ties the game at 1 apiece.
And then the out at third was basically 8 to 5, I believe. And now we have number 9, Hadley McPartland.
Our cameraman's daughter. She's having a great year as well.
She is.
Toughest kid on the team to strike out. Only 1 strikeout in the year.
6-3 there, though. And that'll do it. But the Dogs tie it up on the strength of a single by Ruby Chase and a score by Ainsley McCrum. So after 1 inning, the score is 1-1. Okay, we're back, folks, and we're going to start with Mina Suleiman, Ann Kennedy Jensen, third base. Leading off for Cheverus. She's also a freshman. She lists as her interests Key Club, Best Buddies, and Portland Little League. And it's the shortstop, and she's safe. So we're going to list that as an E6. And
Anna Kennedy Jensen that hit that.
yeah. She's had a great year. She had a home run and 2 doubles against Falmouth. Loves dogs. Next up, well, she's going to take off for second. She had 3 steals in a game earlier this year. She certainly knows how to run.
Anna was also part of that Little League championship team from Portland that went down to Pennsylvania.
It's pretty amazing. So Edie Nato is batting now. And she is a senior. Yeah, I think she offered on that, so I'm going to call that a strike. She's a Cheverus leader, Wyndham Primary School freshman retreat leader. Certainly some leadership qualities at Cheverus. And that's a solid hit. It's going to go to the fence. Retrieved by McCrum. That's a double. That
Scores the run.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a well-struck ball.
Maddie Bonnell Parker, first base, is next up. Strike 1. Plays volleyball and basketball, the senior. Favorite thing to do is to run out and celebrate her team's home runs. Parents
Looks like she's
own a
bunting
daycare.
here.
She's at least showing it. She offers. And nevertheless, the runner gets to third base. So we've got another stolen base. This time Nato.
Maddie's a senior. She's going to High Point University in North Carolina. The Panthers.
And that's a strikeout. Third strikeout of the game for Hannah Hawks. Stepping in will be Delia Tremble. She's a sophomore, plays basketball as well, a Canadian citizen. Her favorite thing, or what she's known for this year actually, is her diving catches in the Thornton Academy game.
Great pitch.
At some point, the light's got to come on here, right? I assume they're timed for 7:30. We'll see.
If not, it'll be a quicker game than we'd hoped for. Or at least a delayed game. Oh, look at that. Right on cue, Steve. There they are.
I switched them
Did
on.
you call
for
that?
I did. They're the instant on halogen lights that are being used everywhere, including all the ballparks, major league ballparks. So the count is 3-1 on Tremble. And that's a walk.
She goes.
Whoops. Well, that little bit of base running ended up scoring a run.
I think she went off on her own, much to the chagrin of the coach, but it seemed to work out for
I'm not
for
sure,
the
though.
Stags.
The first
Oh,
base
you think
coach
that- you
just
think-
apologized to Coach Hendricks, so I think there may have been a sign. And maybe she knew exactly what she was doing with only one out in terms of the decoy heading to second. What do you teach in Little League? You don't throw the ball, right? I mean, unless you've got a rocket of an arm. If you got a runner on third.
Regardless of their intent, it certainly worked in their favor for the Cheverus Stags.
Well, they go up 3-2. 3-1, rather. And a stolen base.
Delia really wanted to get to second one way or the other, Steve. She wanted that base.
So this is Kelsey Cassidy back up, by the way. She walked the first time. She stole a base, went to third on a wild pitch, and scored on a wild pitch.
Back to the top of the inning for the Stags. Only one out for the Portland Bulldogs.
One and one is the count. It's outside and low. As best we can determine from here. You know, one of the things that we as umpires will sometimes say, you know, people calling balls and strikes from here where you really can't see where it is over the plate is sometimes an interesting endeavor. Oh,
Been
my
very
goodness.
aggressive on the bases.
The throw was there, but couldn't quite
Play
be
prior
handled.
to that, she had a gigantic lead. I had a feeling she was going to be going. Picked her spot and easily made it to third. Steve, you're a long-time umpire. Do you prefer being behind the plate or this side of the fence broadcasting?
Oh, gosh. I think being behind the plate, actually, truth be told. I talk for a living, so...
See if this girl does the same thing.
Yeah, there we go, right. They're going to let her go. Uncontested to second base.
I'm not a big fan of that at this level. I think you should be able to get that out, personally.
Really?
I do.
And then get the person back
Yes.
at home. I'm sure it happens. And, you know, you have to feel like you don't see it very much in the college ranks, you know, when you're watching the tournaments that are coming up, for example. This is Anna Goodman. She was called out on strikes after driving the count to 3-2 the last time she was up. This time, she's going to drive in a run with a double. Next up will be Haley LaMontagne. She fouled out on the third base side earlier.
Portland's desperate to get their second out of the inning.
She's got a duck on second base. It's now 4-1 Cheverus. That's high. 2-0. Anna Goodman, I can just say, is a terrific athlete. All these young women are, but Anna, as a freshman, hit some key threes during the Cheverus basketball season. We were able to cover a couple of their games this year when they played Portland. 2-1 is the count.
Cheverus softball team's a very young team. I think they're going to continue to have a lot of success in the next 3 or 4 years.
Portland, on the other hand, has had their share of success. And your other daughter, a great player as well, graduated last year, correct?
She did. She's down at the University of Delaware. They had a great season last year. Made it to the second round of the playoffs. There was four girls in the senior class. My daughter Hallie, Jordan King, Vanessa Conley, and Gabby Daniels were all leaders on that team. It was a big group of girls to lose, and I think the softball team took a small step back.
That's a rope! That's going to be a ground rule double, I think. So the pitcher helps her own cause, drives in a run.
It's 3 doubles this inning, if I'm looking at it correctly, Steve.
If I'm not mistaken, the score is 5-1 right now, but you can double check if you have the game changer. 6-1. Well, what have we missed? I feel confident with 5-1. This is Bella Napolitano up. She hit I think a single to left field the last time up, stole second. She was stranded there. It's out of play. Somebody's truck is there. I don't know if that's the best place to keep your truck.
He parks there every game. It's yet to be hit, but we may have just jinxed him. We shall see.
I hope not. I think the count is even at 2-2. The weather could be like this every day in Maine, we'd be San Diego. Another rope, deep drive. Hits the fence. Too far. So we've got a double.
4th double of this inning for Cheverus.
And an RBI.
Hitting the ball really well.
And then we have actually the score, though, is, well, I'm going to give it to them anyway, even with the high. Oh, what we have is going to third on the error, on the E8, on the high throw. Ashley Connor struck out the called third strike, first time she was up. So you see 7.
Yeah, I'm trying to look where the difference is.
Maybe it would help if we knew who scored and how many times. But this is the 9th Cheverus batter this inning. So, in looking at the scorebook, it looks like the score is indeed 7-1. Yours truly just forgot to count.
Did we find where the mistake was, Steve?
Kelsey, yeah, it was my own mistake. Kelsey Cassidy had scored twice, and I guess the way I should have put it is, it's 6 runs this inning. Jeez. Baseball and softball, as much as I umpire it, is evidently not in my comfort zone. You have a walk there. And now we head to a bat-around situation.
Speaking of umpiring, Steve, you've had a couple of opportunities to ump in the Little League World Series. Am I correct?
That is correct, at least in the... I was fortunate enough to do the plate for the World Championship Little League Softball World Series.
I think I saw you on ESPN.
Pretty fun. The fact that you saw me at all, I'm honored that you did. But that's a wild pitch. And another score. Going around to third on the wild pitch will be Connor.
Second out's a tough one for the Bulldogs.
Anna Kennedy Jensen is the batter now.
She led off with that hit to shortstop and reached on an error.
And then stole a base and scored.
Anna was one of my favorite kids to coach in Little League. Same spot. Same result.
Yeah. Takes a bad hop. You know, good players find ways to get on base. I mean, maybe we'll roll that as an E6 at this level, but nevertheless, she hit it really hard and it took a funny hop. So Edie Nato now, who hit a double the last time she was up.
Got her.
That time they got
Nice
her.
play, nice throw, nice tag. When I was coaching Anna in Little League, it's one of my favorite stories. I was coaching first base, and she reached the base, and she comes out, she goes, "You want me to steal?" And I said, "Sure, go ahead." She gets caught in a pickle, felt like a 5-minute pickle, back and forth, successfully reached back on first base, huffing and puffing, hands on her knees, tired. She looks up, she goes, "Coach, you want me to steal again?" I said, "Anna, let's just wait a minute, catch your breath."
That's great.
Great kid. She's a gamer.
You and your wife, Aaron, are great supporters of all things baseball and softball, and Portland Little League especially. And
Little League in our
continues.
family is coming to an end with our son in juniors this year. That'll be it for our Little League run, but Portland Little League's a great program. A lot of fantastic volunteers, you included. A couple of folks like Coach Farr, who the field behind us was named after 2 years ago, has over 60 years volunteering in Portland Little League. He coaches with Melvin, who's been
Melvin Thomas?
volunteering. Yep, I think Melvin's over 35 years. So
He is indeed.
combined, the two of them have close to or over 100 years, I think.
We were just kind of bemoaning that. Oh, look at that.
Tough play.
Nice effort. We're going to call that a single to right field. And now Maddie Bonnell Parker will be up with Nato on first. When I was growing up, we had close to 60 teams in Portland. They were all boys teams, however, but we had them. And we had 9 leagues. Now, Portland, of course, has 1 league, 1 baseball and softball league. only 2 softball teams this year and only 3 baseball teams. Now, we hear that the minor leagues are full of players who are interested, but there are a host of issues and reasons, only one of which is that some kids want to play lacrosse instead of baseball, but others include travel ball, in which Little League takes a back seat. And that was heads up base running right there by Edie Nato.
I think we're also seeing that COVID bubble coming through where there was 2 to 3 years where there was no softball or baseball. And a lot of those kids who would have been in Little League or middle school never had an opportunity to play. And many of them have now moved on to other things, unfortunately. But I see a resurgence of interest in the sport. There's a lot of committed volunteers and parents and folks in the community that want to see softball and baseball continue to be successful here in Portland.
We'll see how it all plays out. We have a walk here. And Delia Trumbull, who had a walk earlier this inning, is up now.
And a very long half inning for the Bulldogs on the field.
Very long. And runners on first and second.
Big swing.
Of course, softball players are allowed to run on the release. And that sneaks through on the right side. 1 run scores. And yet another RBI, Delia Trumbull. And now Kelsey Cassidy will step in. She's been up twice this game, once this inning. She's had 2 walks. She scored 2 runs. Looks like a pitching change. So we're going to take a break here.
It's like Ainsley McCrum's going to come in from right field and warm up.
The score is 9-1, and we'll be back in a moment. Okay, so we're back now, and Ashley McCrum is
Ainsley
McCrum is the pitcher, and who's the catcher?
Ruby Chase.
Ruby Chase. There you go.
Made her catching debut at that in Little League against Sadie Armstrong. The first pitch, I think, knocked the glove right off Ruby's hand.
Once again, a seeing eye single. This time acts like a hit and run.
First pitch.
Have a runner going to third, another runner scoring. And Anna Goodman now, who has a double in this inning, is 1 for 2 in the game. Swings at the low pitch. We've got a stolen base. So runners on second and third. You know, when I was playing, and I was never anything special, I can say, but my favorite thing to do was to get up with runners on second and third, more than anything, because there just wasn't a force. There was a couple of ducks there ready to go. You had an open first base. Felt good.
Take the pressure off you, or you just got excited?
Just liked it. Try to drive those 2 home. Just now starting to get visited by the mosquitoes. It's definitely spring. Well, that's going to be a wild pitch. Runner advances and one scores.
Might be one of the longer innings that Portland's been involved in this year. These outs are coming pretty tough today.
There's a strike three. So, in that inning, Cheverus scored 10 runs.
Big hill to climb. See if Portland can dig deep and put a few runs on the board this next inning. They're going to have to if they want to climb back into this, I think.
And they had 7 hits as well. So I think that's going to do it. They left 1. We'll be back with the bottom of the second in a moment. So here we go. Caitlin Vigu is up.
Caitlin's a junior. She's in the National Honor Society, also plays field hockey. Viggy, they call her, Steve.
That's pretty cool.
Caitlin's been a big contributor to the team this year. Puts the ball in play a lot. Looks like there's going to be an out there. Very speedy up the line.
Second base, 4-3. Next up is Amina Suleiman.
Great softball name, Amina Suleiman.
She came from Greeley.
She's also a junior.
A Portland Little League product. You know, they talk about fans getting on umpires and such, and, you know, I'm thankful to say that in the close to 20 years that I've been doing this, I don't see it. I did high school softball for 3 years, but I don't see it, and I don't see it on others either. I'm sure it happens, but we're very fortunate in that regard here in Maine, especially, I think. There's a lot of reasons for that, and one of them might be that parents, such as ourselves and myself, are trained at a very early age. Certainly if you're in Portland, to not do that. You know, we all did the basketball at Riverton where we were taught what the rules were, and if we did soccer in Portland, we were taught that you can cheer your kids but not say anything negative about the other team.
As a parent and a fan, I definitely can see how people get emotional and passionate, but you need to know where to draw that line, especially with volunteer umpires.
No, that's true. But even these umpires are doing a good job here tonight, and not, you know, it hasn't been exactly challenging for them, but they're still doing a good job.
I know you've been part of, and I think Portland Little League has done a pretty good job of having junior umpires, and I know you've worked with many of them, and quite a few of them have gone on. Luke Hill being one that comes to mind, has gone on and done a lot of umpiring. His dad, of course, John Hill, has been the umpire-in-chief in Portland Little League for a number of years. I think he succeeded you in that, didn't he?
He did, thankfully. I begged him, and of course he's better at it than me, but
he's been at it for a while.
So he has been. It's been great. So they've asked this fellow to stop playing pass, which, you know, makes sense. I mean, he's out in the outfield, and it's just causing a little bit of a distraction for, could be the umpire even, or the catcher. And, but he graciously stops too and says, sure. We are in a public park here.
Leanne French is up to bat, sophomore. He's had some really big hits this year, Steve. Very clutch hitting.
That's going to be a fair ball. Called safe, and we'll see what, I mean, that's a single all the way if it is safe, but I think the coach is going to come out and have a thing to say about that because, or maybe not, because given the score.
I was just going to say, with an 11-1 lead, he might let that one go. That was an interesting play.
It sure was.
What I love about baseball and softball is if you watch it long enough, there's always going to be something that you've never seen before, and that might be one right there.
It looked like the base was touched by the ball, by the hand with the ball before the runner got there, but it is just the way it is. And now we're going to have a pinch runner.
Lily McCullum, number 12, coming in to pinch run for Leanne French. Lily, of course, the oldest daughter of Mike McCullum, Portland High School graduate class of 1995. I didn't get a chance to see him play. My understanding is he was quite a baseball player, went on to play at USM, and I believe he is in the USM Hall of Fame.
And then later became athletic director of Portland High School for a number of years, one of our favorites. So they're getting the change, whatever change it might be, or reporting the change. Coach McLeod, of course, coached the football team all the way into the state championship game this year.
He reached that a couple of times, didn't he?
Yeah, and first of all, yes, he did for the 2 years that he was the coach, and he also really is just a tremendous pulled back.
Yeah, I think Portland's desperate to get some action going, get a few more bases.
Our next batter here, by the way, is Nausicaa Cheverus.
Goes Lily off to second on the pass ball. Nausicaa's one of 2 seniors on the team this year.
Oh, a young Portland team.
Plays hockey, soccer. She's in the Key Club, Student Council, Yearbook Club, National Honor Society. Very active in the school and the community.
Really want to thank the coaches, some of the parents, Julie Armstrong in particular, for helping to get us the information related to the players that we can then bring to you, the WPPS TV land audience.
Back to the top of the order for Portland with 2 on. Hannah Hawks at bat. Nausicaa reached on a walk.
Hawks went to shortstop the last time and was thrown out. Goes to short again this time, and the easy force at third. 6-5 on the fielder's choice. So no runs on no hits that inning for Portland. Folks, we just want to tell you here at WPPS TV3 that you are welcome to volunteer to do games. And you can do that by calling Channel 3 at area code 207-874-8173. Ask for the station manager, Henry Gio. And any sport that you want to see covered, you can get a camera and actually cover it. And that's what we're doing here tonight, and we're looking forward to hopefully some more broadcasts. It's an entirely voluntary effort in terms of the broadcasters and the camera people at WPPS TV3. We're back for the top of the third. Another single to right field. We'll see what happens here. So Cheverus has done a great job going to right field here tonight.
Seems to have picked up right where they left off the last inning, Steve.
Yeah, that's LaMontagne, and now we have Bella Napolitano. She's had a single and a double tonight. She has scored 1 run.
You mentioned the volunteer effort with the broadcasting, Steve. It would be interesting to see some of the local schools, and maybe they already have this, but to have communications or broadcasting clubs where there are interested students who could volunteer themselves to do games and other events, and perhaps there already are, but...
Well, no, I mean, I just think that's a wonderful thought, and, you know, there used to be that, and, you know, I picked up a camera 22, maybe 20 years ago when I was, you know, filming my own kids' games, and then saw this great fellow at Deering doing a hockey game. He was a student, had himself on camera, was really broadcasting much more than just, you know, on camera. And that's what inspired me. And I believe at what do they call it now? Not PRVTC, but over at Paths.
Oh, Paths, yes.
They had a broadcasting, they did have a broadcasting program, and I think it was very good. And
a great way for a budding journalist to cut their teeth.
In fact, some of the students that I've worked with over the years have gone on to do some broadcasting as part of there. That's a strikeout. Can't get it every time. She's 2 for 3 tonight with a double and a single. Next up is Ashley Connor. She is 0 for 1 with a called strikeout and a walk. Wow. That is another rope. That's gone. That's a home run. So Ashley Connor with a home run.
Sophomore with a great big hat.
Met at home plate.
Guessing she might be happy that this game's being broadcast when she watches that one on film. She struck that well.
Yes, she sure did.
That was a no-doubter.
And Ann Kennedy Jensen now. Anna Kennedy Jensen. She's reached twice tonight on errors by the shortstop. She's scored once. She's stolen a base.
I think sometimes for these batters, when they follow somebody hitting a home run, it's difficult. They tend to overswing. They want to do the same. They want to repeat. Their emotions are high, watching their teammate round the bases. But a very disciplined at bat right here by Anna so far.
Well, that's a nice basket catch in center field. by Caitlin Vigu, or Viggy.
Great job, Caitlin.
2 outs. And Edie Nato is next up. Edie is 2 for 2 with a double and a single, and she has scored 2 runs tonight. She's stolen 2 bases. So she's had a complete, seems to be the complete real deal. Placed in the DP flex position tonight. Right back to the pitcher.
Okay.
2 runs, though, on the strength of a monster home run by Ashley Connor. So the score is 13-1 Cheverus. And we are back for the bottom of the 3rd. 14-1 is the score. Cheverus in front.
Ainsley McCrum leading off for the Bulldogs. McCrum had a hit in the first inning.
Yeah, let's see. Nice catch.
Great
Right
catch.
near us.
Little acrobatic bobble.
That's let's see, that's Bella. That made that catch.
Sadie Armstrong batting now.
That's Bella Cortez. There's a solid rope to center field. Single for Sadie Armstrong.
Well played by the center fielder. Nice hit by Sadie.
I'm not sure if that was a foul ball or not at the time it was caught. So it's bobbled. That's actually something I'm going to have to now look up so that I know what's going on the next time I have a game.
That was a great catch. We had a great view of it.
Originally touched in fair territory, I would assume it's a fair ball. So
You're the umpire, Steve. You're supposed to know these things.
I think I do. It's the position of the player, not the position of the ball.
I'm just a fan. I don't have to know the rules. I'm allowed to yell and pretend I know what I'm talking about. You, on the other hand, as an umpire, you have to know those rules. Well, the fans will let you hear it. The fans like me,
I think
who know not to cross the line now.
I look at the rules of baseball and softball like the rules of evidence. You know them, you study them, you'll be all set. It's a walk.
I think that was Ruby's first walk of the year.
Wow.
So you've never had an unruly fan that just really, you could hear her just nagging.
Oh, I had
Just
one that threw a
behind you.
bottle at me once, a water bottle. And because I had restricted his coach to the bench. I've never had to eject a coach or player or fan as an umpire.
Oh, that's fortunate
In,
for you.
about 17, 18 years of doing this. But, oh my goodness. Yeah, there's going to be a force at second.
Yeah.
It was roped, but... So Hadley McPartland gets on the fielder's choice. Ruby Chase
Well hit.
is
Those are tough
forced.
as a runner. Don't know which way to go.
Right.
Runners at first and third now. One out. Two outs.
Caitlin
Pardon me.
Vigu.
Two outs.
Hadley just stole. Second. Hey. Did you get that, Dad? I hope so. Mr. McPartland.
Might give Portland a little bit of a boost if they can get this run home. They desperately need it.
Now, there were two outs, so that was a force at first. On the ground out. No runs on no hits. The score's 14-1. We are back. Nice play. McPartland to Sadie Armstrong.
Cheverus isn't afraid to swing the bat, that's for sure. I think Bella Napolitano's up to bat.
Oh. Or Bella Cortez is actually up right now.
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. The wrong Bella.
1-3. Let's see now. 25 checks in for Cheverus. That's Bryn McClenny, maybe?
McKenney.
Bryn McKenney. She's a junior. Ice hockey and golf she plays. Key Club Environmental Action Club. She's hit a homer this year. Cortez, the batter before, was on the volleyball team. Born in Chicago.
Chi-Town, one of my favorite
The
cities.
Windy City. That's a deep drive in between. There's the stand-up double. And now stepping in. Let's see if we can see.
I think that's 5 doubles by Cheverus this game, Steve.
Now it's Anna Goodman.
Anna Goodman, I think, had one of those doubles previously.
She did. Ducks under a ball.
Cheverus team looks loose, very happy, excited, having fun in the dugout. Hard not to have fun when you're winning 14-1.
Portland a little more subdued on the other side. Also as expected. And his mom, Jody, was a great softball player back in the day as well.
What school?
I don't remember. Just remember that she was.
Nice play by Lily McCullum. Big throw across the diamond in time for the final out of the inning.
So no runs on one hit. 14-1 is the score. We're back. Portland is up in the bottom of the fourth here.
I think this is Aaron Winship at bat.
It is indeed. I think for Suleiman.
Aaron's a junior, also in the National Honor Society. Plays ice hockey. Her dad is the coach this year for the ice hockey team, actually, for the girls' ice hockey team. Aaron plays field hockey as well. The goalie did a great job this year. And according to the interesting facts for Aaron Winship, she eats most candy.
Well, then she's a person after my own heart. Candy's not good for me, my doctor says. However, it is delicious.
Does eats most candy mean like most kinds of candy or just all candy that's around?
Well, that's unfortunate there on the K. And this is Leanne French. I think she got a single the first time up.
Leanne's going to put this right over the second baseman, Steve. I'm calling it.
It's a tall second baseman, so it'll be a good hit if she does.
This is Leanne's first year on the varsity team.
Well, my goodness. Foul ball, but you did
I was
call
close.
Ready, Bella, be ready. She can send it your way.
Second baseman is number 12, Sarah Agron. She's a senior. She's also a swimmer. And is doing a triathlon this summer.
Wow. I will not be doing a triathlon this summer.
Those days are long over for me, although I must say I never did one. So I've missed that opportunity.
I have run a few marathons. Not the triathlon, I can't swim.
It's amazing, though, that you've done that.
I did the Boston Marathon the year after the bombing.
Oh, my goodness.
It was very
moving.
Very moving. It was incredible. I didn't run it very fast, so I was near the end of the pack, but that's where all the people who were running with a purpose were. It was really, really moving and fun and interesting to see the reasons people were out there, what they were running for, have conversations with them along the course. It was really, really neat. Oh, big swing by Leanne, but unfortunately a miss.
Yep. 2 strikeouts now.
Nausicaa Ferros up to bat now.
LaMontagne. Ferros, when she was first up, walked. So when I run a 10K, or when I ran 10Ks, I've run in some pretty interesting ones, like Beach to
Beacon?
Beach to Beacon, but also Beta Breakers in San Francisco and things like that. But I usually finish with the people just behind the moms pushing babies and just in front of the lighthouse, the running lighthouse.
I ran the Marine Corps Marathon down in Washington, D.C., and there was a Marine with full gear on, the boots and a rucksack, and he was ahead of me.
Oh, my goodness.
Saucy Nossie, as they call her, is up to bat. I think I mentioned before, one of 2 seniors on the team. Olivia Brewer being the other, who's not here this evening.
Good eye.
Nausicaa walked her first at bat. Looking for another one here, I think. Stay alive. Says here Nausicaa's going to UNE next year. Intends to major in medical biology and pre-dental.
That's great. Foul ball. This is the 15th. On Thursday of this week, there will be the Senior Awards Assembly at Portland High School.
If I recall, when my daughter graduated last year, Steve, don't you go up and present an award?
I do. I have present about 4 awards, including one as a trust that I'm a trustee of, and we give about a $2,500 scholarship a year to graduating Portland and Deering seniors. That's a strikeout, so strikes out the side. LaMontagne, no runs and no hits. 14-1 is your score. Stags in front. And we are ready for the top of the 5th inning. A deep drive to right field, and it drops. And just that quickly, Haley LaMontagne has a double to right field.
Another first pitch swinging at bat for Cheverus, and another double for Cheverus.
She's now 3 for 4 tonight, including 2 doubles. She's already scored 2 runs. Now Bella Napolitano is up. She's got a double, a single, and a strikeout. 2 for 3. Got a runner on second, and she's hit.
It's fortunately all right. At least appears to be.
So this could be Ashley Connor if it's number 20. Can't tell. Oh, actually, that is a deep drive to left field, tagging and going to third. Yeah, that was number 20, Ashley Connor. With the fly out to
runners tag
left
up in
field.
advance to third and second.
There you go, runners on second and third. Got the Ducks on the base here.
Your favorite spot, Steve. It's number 24.
Foul out. Nice play by the third baseman. That was Sadie Collins. And now we have another substitution, I think, as Elle Picard is pinch hitting. She's going to get in there on a hit.
Wow.
Drive in a run.
She's down that base path fast. Nope, they called her out. I did not see what happened there.
Wow. Well, it's the end of this inning. We'll be back in a moment.
Apparently that last call, the runner was out of the box.
Right, what that means is when you're batting, you must have, if you have even 1 foot out of the box and on the ground, and make contact with the ball, then it is an out. And so the run didn't score.
Well, that explains why that runner was at first base so fast, Steve.
Out of the box.
Top of the order with Hannah Hawks at bat. Hannah's 0 for 2, looking for her first hit of the game. Good eye there. Full count now to Hannah.
Oh, that's a solid rope up the middle.
Good piece of hitting by the leadoff hitter.
As I recall, Hannah Hawks, one of the better players in Portland Little League over the years.
Mom's a long-time Little League coach as well.
Terrific, Michelle. Look at that, hit and run. At least she'll get to second. That's a nice play right there by Ainsley McCrum.
It's closer at second than I thought it was going to be. Hannah had to hold up. She thought for a second the second baseman might catch that ball.
Right,
and that stop.
Right, and that's what avoided what appeared to be the true hit and run, where you try to go to third. You know, when I was the most I did, besides some effort in Little League that went far one year in Little League 4, was I was a JV player at Deering. I actually lettered as the manager of the Deering baseball team, but the year before I was a JV player, and I had a perfect hit and run. And the coach was trying to explain to the team, you got to do what Schwartz does, you know, on a hit and run. And then, of course, one of my buddies came up to me and said, hey, Schwartz, he doesn't realize you can't pull it.
Good patience there by Sadie.
I have Sadie as a 2 for 2 tonight. Make that 3 for 3, and that's a rope.
Okay, we got a run
to
across
left
the
field.
board.
Drives in a run.
Portland trying to avoid being run ruled here in the 5th. Seeing a little bit of action, which is great for them. It's been a tough night.
So it's a 14-2 right now.
Ruby Chase up to bat. If you ever find yourself down at Chili's by the mall, Ruby might actually bring you to your seat as a hostess working at Chili's.
Tremendous.
Ruby had an inside the park home run at the Deering Field earlier this year.
Love that.
Go, Cheverus.
Second walk of the game for Ruby. Bases are loaded with our cameraman's daughter up to bat. Turn around for a second, see if there's any pressure on Bob's face. See if he's stressed out about this one at all. He looks relatively calm. Big spot for Hadley here. She's been an RBI machine most of the year. I think she had 6 in one game earlier this year, Steve.
Well, great player. I remember her drive in the 9-10 Little League tournament up in Cornish. Your daughter was playing on that team, I think, as well. I remember I had such a good time umpiring that tournament. And I had a case, actually, up in New Hampshire the next day, or I had to meet with a client there. So I got a room in that area, and I completely forgot that the Major League Baseball All-Star game was happening that night. And I didn't even care. That's how much fun I had with the 9-10 All-Stars. They were so good. And they went all the way down to Pennsylvania, right? I mean, they won the state.
Yeah, it was a really fun summer. As I'm sure any other team that is successful in Little League and goes far in the summer, I'm sure many families have similar types of stories. There it is.
There you go, right up the middle. Station to station.
Great hit.
RBI single with bases loaded. Here's Viggy. It's 14-3.
I'm sure you've been around the game long enough, Steve, to see this, even as an umpire, but I think hitting becomes very contagious, as does sometimes the bad things like errors and strikeouts. Here we go. Oh, nice play again by the right fielder.
Oh, my goodness gracious, yeah. And a double play to end the game.
Wow. Incredible play.
Or actually,
Nope,
not end the game.
Two.
That was a brilliant play, though.
I thought that was going to land. I thought that was going to find some grass. And I think Hadley did also.
Yeah.
Took a little bit too much of a lead there off first base. And
yeah, that's a double play right there. So one more to go here.
I was saying hitting becomes contagious, and I thought Caitlin was going to have one there, but
that was a great effort in left field by Bella Cortez.
makes it 14-3. I think
And then
to avoid that run rule, they need a couple more runs.
It was Kaylee England on first base who not only got the force, but tagged the runner for good measure. Kaylee is a 10th grader. Loves summer.
Go, Cheverus.
Does mock trial. Somebody, young woman after my own heart there, doing that. And I know that she has an interest in law, which is great. Yeah, that's it. 1-3. And I think that's going to do it. With the score 14-3, Cheverus defeats Portland, and Cheverus will enhance slightly their playoff chances, and Portland will unfortunately perhaps do slightly worse than that. But we'll be back to wrap up in just a moment. So, Josh, the Dogs fall to 3-7, and Cheverus goes up to 5-4. You have a few statistics.
Yeah, Cheverus put the ball in play a lot. Looks like they had, of course, 14 runs on 11 hits. I think they had 6 doubles, only 5 strikeouts and 5 walks. Portland, on the other hand, 9 hits, 3 runs, a couple of costly errors, and 4 strikeouts.
There you have it, folks. That wraps it up from Payson Park. It's really been a pleasure working with
Thank
you,
you,
Josh.
Steve. You
and
as
we
well.
hope that we can see more softball action on WPPS TV3. This is Steve Schwartz for Josh Chase and Bob McPartland saying so long from Payson Park, where tonight the Cheverus Stags have defeated the Portland Bulldogs. Good night.